Hello, my name is Super Trampoline. I like reading really bad stories. So, today on Fanfiction, we will be reading A Small Part of Me Wants to Kill You by Fanfiction writer 012. This is a dark random adventure, and here's the description. Sugar Pop, the fanfic writer, and her cat Bubbles hear about the disappearance of Rainbow Dash they have to investigate. Every pony is a suspect in this crime, and what they find will surprise you. This is my first fanfic, so please give me feedback. Well, so far the feedback consists of 1 upvote and 59 downvotes. Let's see if mine is the 60th. Holy kimchi. Walls of text. Okay. We were watching our TV in our small home in Ponyville. As we were watching our program, the channel just changed mysteriously, and it startled me and my cat Bubbles. Well, we still had to listen, 'cause that usually means it's pretty important. The news ponies said that Rainbow had gone missing, and they need someone to find out who killed her. My eyes brightened. Bubbles, put on your bandana. We will find out who did this! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. I grabbed Bubbles and ran out the door. On the way out, I ran into my good friend Lyra Heartstrings and her best friend Bon Bon. "Whoa, what's the rush, Sugar Pop?" Lyra asked. "Oh, sorry, Lyra. It's very important. It's almost more important than finding all the bronies and Pegasisters," I replied. "Oh my gosh, if it's that important, we need to hear it, don't we, Bon Bon?" Bon Bon nodded. "Well, it's just that. Rainbow Dash has been killed and we need to find the murderer," I yelled. Lyra was shocked. "Really? Is that true?" Bon Bon asked. Oh, that was Bon Bon. "Really? Is that true?" Bon Bon asked. I nodded. "It's all true. I need to gather all of Equestria." Me and Bubbles flew all the way to Canterlot. "Princess Celestia, I need a meeting for all of Equestria to come here. I'll find out who killed Rainbow." At the meeting, I was nervous, but with Celestia and Bubbles at my side, it made me less nervous. Every pony were talking, so it was hard for them to listen, but Celestia got to the two-stop. Tro-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo. Every pony was staring at me, so I stopped. As many of you may know, Rainbow Dash was killed without a warning a few weeks ago, I said, and I am here to find out exactly who killed Rainbow. "And every pony is a suspect!" Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Celestia's eyes widened, and she stared at me. I looked up at her. "Except for the princesses," I continued. She stopped staring. Luna let out a sigh of relief. A little filly was jumping up and down. "Who are the main suspects, Sugar Pop?" I looked at the homeless filly. "My main suspects are..." I stopped. I remembered who killed Rainbow, but I couldn't say because that would ruin the mystery, wouldn't it? "Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy," I said. The filly asked me something again. "But why them?" I sighed. "Only for reasons a fan fiction writer should know." Dear Lord, save me from this. Holy kimchi, is a long paragraph. Without a warning, the filly followed me. I went to Sugar Cube Corner looking for any evidence, but Pinkie was acting all jumpy. She was acting all nervous, trying to keep me out of the basement. I finally gave up and went to Fluttershy to see if she witnessed anything. "Hey, Fluttershy, are you home?" "No, I'm not home," she replied. I sighed. I brought me pet kitten, Bubbles." She opened the door. "Really? Your kitten is here?" she asked. I nodded, and Bubbles jumped out of my basket. Oh, I forgot. Did I mention I was wearing a basket on my side? It's where I keep my fan fictions. "Aw, aren't you the cutest kitten ever?" she said. "Fluttershy, I need to ask you some questions inside." "Okay, but why, Sugar?" she asked. "I'll tell you inside." We all went inside. "Now what's the problem?" she said. "Do you know anything about the loss of RD?" She was shocked. "Are you trying to accuse me of something, Sugar Pop? Because I am not a murderer," she yelled at me. "I'm not accusing you of anything, Fluttershy. You're my best friend in the whole world. We both work well with animals. We were both afraid to fly." I paused to see Fluttershy. She was starting to cry. I stopped. I stooped and walked over to her. I'm sorry, Fluttershy. I didn't mean to make you upset. She looked up. Really? I'm your best friend? I nodded. You should know that by now, you silly pony, I giggled. All I wanted is if you know anything about who might have killed Rainbow Dash. She stopped crying and was holding Angel close to her. Well, I know who killed her, but it's a special promise. Bubbles walked over to Fluttershy. What kind of promise, Flutter? She sighed. A Pinky promise? I gasped. So Pinky killed Rainbow, she nodded. Yeah, but she won't be the only Pegasus missing after this. Well, I'll protect you after we get Pinky out of Ponyville or just plain Equestria. She stared at me. Running her out of Equestria? Really, Sugar? That's taking it too far. We jumped out of Fluttershy's house and went over to Sugar Cube Corner. I know you did it, Pinky, I yelled as I broke through the door. I ran to where the basement was. Pinkamena tried to block me as I quickly opened the basement door and ran down the stairs. Pinkamena chased me, but once I got there, it was dark, so I couldn't see anything. Oh no, don't do this. No. Why? Suddenly, I blacked out. I woke up straight to a chair in the basement. What am I doing in this chair? On this chair, I asked as I looked in my bag. Bubbles was still there. Pinkamena pulled out a knife she had. You know, a small part of me always wanted to kill you, Sugar Pop. She waved the knife in front of my face. I looked away, knowing this might be the last thing she'd ever see. I looked up. I know you did it, I said. I know you killed Rainbow. I started to flap my wings, trying to escape. I managed to get loose and break out. What? How'd you do that? Pinkamena asked. Have you not noticed, Diane? I'm a fanfic writer. Of course I would know what to do and not to do in these kind of situations. She faced herself. Of course. I flew upstairs to get Fluttershy. Pinky did do that. Let's go get Celestia. We went to Canterlot to tell Celestia. Then Pinkamena was put in jail. But who knows, she might escape one day. But for now, Ponyville can put away their fright. Or so they think, Pinkamena said. Well, you, the listener, didn't have to see all the horrendous spelling and grammar errors I did. Well, you heard some of the grammar errors, but you didn't see the fact that all of this was huge blocks of text. You're supposed to switch paragraphs when a new speaker's speaking. You're supposed to have the spaces between periods. You can't just throw, what are these things even called, quotation marks at the screen and hope some of them stick where they're supposed to. This story sucks. Bye.